Hello, I am Emmanuel Sauget, CEO of International Cosmetics and Perfumes. I also have the honor to sit on the Fragrance Foundation board. This year, we've added two amazing brands to our portfolio, Akro and Mizensir, both launching in North America this spring. We hope you enjoyed hearing from legendary perfumer Olivier Cresp, his daughter Anais, and her partner in life, Jack Miskelly, on their inspiration for the innovative brand Akro. Following their conversation, you will also hear master perfumer Alberto Morillas and his daughter Veronique on their beautiful Swiss brand Mizensir. Thank you to the Fragrance Foundation for inviting us to participate in National Fragrance Day. Thank you again.
Akro's born and raised in London, Ladbroke Grove, where I met Anais.
I'm from Paris and I decided to live in London to experiment the new things. I decided to work as a bartender at the Elgin, where I met Jack.
From the Notting Hill Carnival, the parties we went to, the pubs we visited, the smell of marijuana in the air, someone walking down the street with a joint in their hand and smelling the trails that they leave behind, and we wanted to bottle that.
We always had the idea with Anais to come up on the niche fragrance market with some really new fragrances. And one day she called me and she said, "Oh Dad, I found a very nice concept." And it was something based on addiction.
The perfumes are all based on day-to-day addictions that we experience while living there. The smell of whiskey, the grand Irish pubs in Ladbroke Grove, the smell of the beans, you know, to really wake you up, especially on a cold morning in London.
Yeah, addiction to cigarette, to drugs, coffee, edible things, to alcohol and to sex. Not love, it's sex. When you get Akro, you can't resist, you know. We know that we have a strong concept. We have 6 fragrances which are really breaking the rules.
Akro is for people that don't like to say no, you know, people that live life by excess.
My father was a broker, specialized in citrus and nice florals such as jasmine, rose, and so on. So I was surrounded by great ideas, and by the way, we were hosting quite a lot of perfumers in our house. So those people were magic, very special. So when at the age of 8 years old, I really wanted. Because my father transmitted me his passion, I wanted to become a perfumer. I even started my own fragrance, which was a full disaster because I was cutting all the flowers of the garden, on parents' garden, you know. So I bought some alcohol in the pharmacy and I left macerated the flowers, and it was a very bad disaster. But nevertheless, I was convinced that it was the best job in the world.
It was a bit different for me. I wasn't super into perfume before I met Anais. She really introduced it to me, and then obviously through Olivier, him telling me stories and telling me about the perfumes he's created, that sort of, you know, really got me into the idea. And obviously Akro was born, you know, like that. For you?
No, yeah, me obviously it was my family heritage. Yeah.
It was my parents' house because they were living outside Grasse. They were surrounded by nice fields, flowers fields, and we had some nice rose and jasmine. But the jasmine bushes were really my first memory. You know, it was great. It's jasmine grandiflorum, maybe the best of the world, you know. So we are very proud in Grasse to have the best rose, the best jasmine, and it's true. It's true because the climate is good. The people also, they know exactly how to grow the flowers, and I mean, it was my first. One of my first memory, and it was great, the jasmine. Yeah.
Mine's a little bit different. I used to spend summers at my granddad's farm in Cornwall on the coast of England, and I was about 5 or 6 years of age, and my granddad had left a petrol can outside the house, which I then picked up, and I poured it down a heater on the side of the house, and I blew up, and the heater blew up as well. I remember smelling of petrol, and I've always been intrigued, not in a bad way, towards petrol. So it's a bit different to jasmine, but that's my memory.
It's a nice smell.
Yeah, it's nice.
Is the smell of the sweet, really, the smell of the candy floss, you know? I always used to love like eating sweets, and so I'm a gourmand girl. I'm a really gourmand person. So it's all about candy and yeah, all about sweets.
Acro means addict in French. I think that the correct spelling is ACCRO. Yeah, and it just means addict because they're addictive fragrances. Yeah. So, and obviously we added the K to make it a little bit cooler, yeah. Of course.
The thing is, our fragrances are really for the 2-3% of the consumers. They are of course polarizing, and thanks God, because that means they have you know, their own personality. They are not mainstream. They are not going to please 100% of the population, but nevertheless, if we reach already 2-3%, it's the figures of J'adore, you know, so which is not bad at all.
What we really want is like to influence the world, you know, and for us it's like we can't do that without the US, without America, and so we can't do that without you guys. For us, it's like, yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's like a UK artist, you know, music artist in the UK, and they've just signed a record label with a US label, for instance, and sort of breaking that market and sort of gives them a worldwide appeal, and that's the most exciting thing, that we're going to be in the US, and yeah. you know, you see things in the US and then they become, you know, hopefully much bigger everywhere else. So that's the most exciting thing, to finally be there.
The United States market is also very much energizing for us. You see, it's a huge market. Where we see lots of things happening, you know, lots of new trends coming, you know, the freshness, the years ago, the floral sea with the tuberose, the orange flower. So it's maybe people are working on skinness, actually, cleanness. So we each time, as a perfumer, I'm learning a lot from the American market. So the melting pot also of the people, you know, it's a rich melting pot with lots of tastes. We see lots of edible things around us. So every time when I came back, so I get some nice inspiration. You see.
I read in the Vogue a story about Jean-Paul Guerlain. I know behind a perfume you have a perfumer, and I have immediately the coup de foudre. I want to become perfumer, and I have a good luck because I live in Geneva. It's the most bigger company. It's a Firmenich, and has to Firmenich. I want to become a perfumer, and everybody are very surprised. They told me, "Oh no, it's impossible to become perfumer because you don't have a chemistry background and nothing." I tell him that I like to become perfumer, and I have an interview. And after this interview, unbelievable, he asked me to join Firmenich. And I'm an autodidact. I learn everything in Firmenich with many perfumers. And I have 50 years after, I have the same passion. Because to become a perfumer, it's nice. But to have the passion every day to create so many brands. And I still with this passion. And for me, it's a with a lot of emotion to start with Mizensir with you in the States. Because for me it's a dream. Because the States for me is a country people love perfume. You have so many person, different ethnic, and this multi-pot is for me as a dream. And now my dream is really I realize with you, with your team. In Sevilla, my patio, you know, with my family, and I smell the jasmine. And the jasmine for me, it's a jasmine orange flower. It's for me my memory. And all the time, and also the sky, blue sky from Sevilla. And all my perfume, you find this happiness and this beautiful naturality and nice culture in all my perfume. And of course in the Mizensir much more again.
I don't remember my first scent because with my father we have so many scents at home. So for me it's not a scent, it's like the scent when we open l'armoire,
the closet.
The closet.
Yeah.
With all the different you know, clothes from my father, my mother, and it's a mix for me. It's the scent of the house and the scent of my parents.
Okay. My daughter, she told me, forget the price. Enjoy to mix the beautiful essence and also the very nice molecules. Because Firmenich have the best molecule, and sometimes nobody can use this molecule. And for Mizensir, I can mix the naturality, the most beautiful essence with these very different molecules. And I give the most signature. And really, when you try Mizensir, you can see the difference but other perfume, because you have this beautiful, very rich, very expensive element with the most exclusive molecule. And I'm sure when you present, when you give the sample to your consumer, immediately understand the story and the heart of the company.
It's a bit difficult because I know him so much, so I can. Before I ask a question, I know the answer, and I'm like, okay. So it's difficult to be passionate sometimes because you know when you, but it's very nice also because we have good time together and it's funny.
I'm not funny every day, but I'm okay.
No, but we have a very nice team with Mizensir.
For me, it's a very important, this country, I tell you, because it's so big, it's so rich, and you have so many people love perfume in your country, because you have many person enjoy to wear, and for me, it's very important. For me, it's a very important. Mizensir is not a parfum niche, it is a parfum d'excellence. You know, it's a d'excellence because it's not, it's a strange Mizensir. When you smell all my creation are nice, are beautiful, and it's excellence. It's not niche for me. I don't like the name niche because you have so many perfume niche. But for me, Mizensir is parfum d'excellence because you have everything. It's a very simple. The bottle is very simple, but when you smell, you have the magie in your skin.